According to Diana Rossini of The Athletic, who used to cover the Washington Redskins, and Jonathan Jones of CBS Sports, the Washington Commanders are actively seeking to be buyers at Tuesday's trade deadline. Let's talk about it. What's going on, Washington Commanders Nation? It's your boy Rio Robinson, back with another episode of Rambling About Washington Trade Deadline Edition. You know, the trade deadline's coming up Tuesday afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Before we get to that, this video and all videos this season are brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, home of the fastest payouts in the industry, and a match bonus of 150% on your first deposit using promo code YouTube150, 125% on your second and third for up to $2,000. Bet responsibly and do it with BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. Adam Peters, GM of the Commanders, is saying, let's make a deal. You know, Washington has been working the phones through the last couple weeks, and there have been trades galore done so far. The Chiefs even traded twice. They traded for Josh Uche and DeAndre Hopkins. We saw the Baltimore Ravens acquire Deontay Johnson from the Panthers for a bag of chips and some mumbo sauce. We've seen Devontae Adams reunite with Aaron Rodgers. And we've seen Amari Cooper go to the Buffalo Bills. And according to Diana Rossini, Washington is not only seeking just a trade, they're looking for a cornerback specifically. Riddle me this. Everybody knows what the biggest need on the Washington Commanders roster is. The weakest room in the entire 53-man roster is the cornerback room. We could desperately use one, despite the fact that we've seen these guys play some solid games this year. We're desperately seeking a CB1 here in DC. The problem with that is those aren't usually for sale at the deadline. I sound like a broken record because I've come on here and said this a multitude of times so far. Cornerbacks are not available at the deadline, but let's see what we can get. I read something yesterday that said people have been calling the Patriots about second-year corner Christian Gonzalez. I have no reason why they would even consider that, but I bet you Adam Peters was one of them. I also read that Marshawn Lattimore, the Saints have been getting calls about Marshawn Lattimore's status, and the Jets have been getting called about DJ Reed. DJ Reed's going to be one of the top cornerbacks, or probably the top cornerback on the market next year. So I think Adam Peters, we're not necessarily going to make a deal, but they're going to make every phone call possible about potentially adding a corner to that room. I know the one I had seen rumored to us was Jonathan Jones, the cornerback from New England, for a 6th-round pick. I talked about that one on the channel. I don't know what exactly is available at this position, but we need to trust the guys that are cooking up for this team, Lance Newmark and Adam Peters. If there's a starting corner worthy of being acquired at the deadline, he's going to be here in Washington. And I like the thinking here. Like, the Chiefs are undefeated right now. They've already made 2 trades, and according to Diana, they're still looking to add another receiver to the roster. You want to know why? Good teams never sit on their hands. They never get complacent. They're never satisfied with their success. So just because Washington is 6-2, they should not ignore the porous holes that still remain on this roster just because we had a good start for the first time in a while. That's not how good teams operate. And Peters told us a few times this offseason that even if we don't make the move, we're going to be in on these conversations. I'm taking him at his word. They've said it on multiple occasions that Adam Peters has been working the phones, trying to figure something out. I loved the Deontay Johnson trade compensation for the Ravens. They pretty much got Deontay Johnson for a 6th-round pick swap. That's for free. You got a starting wide receiver for free. And according to CBS Sports, we're also looking to add another receiver. I know, fans, we like Noah Brown. We like the potential of Luke McCaffrey, Olamide Zaccheaus, De'Ami Brown and company. The fact of the matter is we do not have a real wide receiver 2 on the roster. Do we like what Noah Brown's doing? Absolutely. Is Noah Brown better suited to be a wide receiver 3? Once again, abso-fucking-lutely. That is a wide receiver 3. It's Terry and the guys. It's like Terry and a ragtag bunch of cool stories, but no legitimate wide receiver 2 opposite of him. I'm looking at Noah Brown as our number 2 option. That Hail Mary he caught Sunday that won the game? That was his first touchdown of the season. We need wide receiver. We could definitely use wide receiver help. It's not just cornerback. Also, you don't just go into the deadline looking for your biggest need. You're looking at what's available, and you're looking at a multitude of needs. So stop saying we don't need another receiver, because you always could add more when you have a young quarterback. When you have a great quarterback on a rookie contract, you have to maximize that rookie contract as much as possible. So whether that's going all in on the offense and adding another weapon, my question would be at that point, what weapon are you adding at this point? Everybody's saying T. Higgins. T. Higgins is the prized wide receiver free agent for the 2025 class, 25 years old. He gives us size, possession receiver ability that we don't have in the room. We don't have any of that archetype in our room right now. Problem with T. Higgins is he's always hurt. He's always on the injury report. He's always on the injury report. I'm not exaggerating. This year, I'm curious whether it's legitimate injuries, or is he making a business decision? Is he thinking with his noodle, I'm not about to go out here and risk injury when they didn't even feel comfortable giving me a long-term deal? So him and his agent are like, if I'm leaving in the offseason as an unrestricted free agent, even if I feel 89%, sit me. I'm not about to go out here and let my hamstring fall off the bone for a team that didn't want to give me a long-term contract. They didn't even want to take care of Jamar right away. Let's call it what it is, though. Jamar is getting a historic wide receiver market-setting deal as soon as the season's over. As soon as the season's over, here you go, Jamar Chase. Take your $40 million a year, take your ball and go home. Then T. Higgins is not getting franchised for a second year in a row. So take T. Higgins' name off the trade block, because maybe he's not available via trade. What receivers are even left to be traded for? We don't know what is actually available. Guys in league circles, executive GMs, they text each other. They let each other know. This is on the crunch time. We're a couple days away. So we're in the crunch time of the trade deadline. This is when you start shooting Hail Marys at other teams. Hey, yo, Christian Gonzalez, what's good with him? DJ Reed, what's good with him? Marshawn Lattimore, what's good? Hey, Denzel Ward. Or are the Browns thinking now that they put Jameis in that they're no longer in sell mode? I'm not sure what is still actually available for Washington to acquire, but I love the fact that it's being reported by national folks that we're doing it. And it's national because nobody in-house knows anything anymore. For that, I love it. I love it. You're not seeing news being broke by John Keim, Nikki Jabwala, or anybody at the park, because we don't have leaky faucets. We used to have leaky faucets for 25 years. Everything the team was thinking or doing, someone locally had the story. Now things only come out when they're official and from a national pundit. So nobody knows what direction Washington's headed in. But apparently they're looking to fill two needs: wide receiver and cornerback. And you already know edge rusher is probably on that list as well, considering that we called around for Zadarius Smith. Interesting that we were in the conversation to sign Marquez Valdes-Scantling when he was released also. So it shouldn't be a shocker or a surprise to any of you that Washington was trying to get a receiver or add another receiver to the room. Like I said, our wide receiver 2, Noah Brown, is better suited to be a wide receiver 3. He's caught his first touchdown. It was the best touchdown ever last week versus the Chicago Bears. The deadline is coming up Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I would love Washington to add a cornerback. I would love it more than anything. Every single person in the fan base would love to see a cornerback added. But what cornerback is actually on the market? We're going to have to figure that out. Are we going to pull some shit out of our back pocket and trade for a star that we didn't know was available? Is it going to be someone slight for very low cost, like Jones from the New England Patriots? Are we going big fish hunting and trying to lure away Denzel Ward from the Cleveland Browns? The fact of the matter remains, corner is a very tricky position to try to acquire, especially mid-season. Corner, quarterback, left tackle, and for the most part, elite edge rusher. Those are not usually positions that are available at the deadline. But let me know in the comments what y'all thinking. Y'all think we're gonna pull something great? We're gonna go big fish hunting? Y'all think we're gonna add somebody solid? Do y'all think we're going to trade somebody on our current roster? Maybe like a Derek Forrest. I'm not sure Derek Forrest really has much trade value. I feel like at some point they may have to bite the bullet like they did with Jamin Davis. But I think as of Saturday, I think we make a trade. I think we make at least one trade. And I'm still, if I'm going to put my betting hat on, I would bet it'd be a wide receiver because one of those is more likely. The Patriots got a couple receivers for sale. Bourne and Osborne. Is that going to be the move? Are they going to add another guy? I'm not sure. I don't know really what's out there, but I'm excited to know that trade winds are swirling and Washington is right in the epicenter of the conversation. So let me know in the comments what y'all think we're going to do. Washington, according to the Athletics, Diana Rossini, who used to cover this team personally, if you know, you know, and Jonathan Jones of CBS Sports says Washington's looking for a receiver. Rossini says we're looking for a cornerback. Adam Peters, you got a couple days if you want to make a trade, if you want to add on to the 6-2 start, if you want to get some talent in before the rest of the season. You got about 48 hours, my friend, before the Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time trade deadline. That is all I got for right now. Like I just told you, let me know in the comments what the move is. Do you think we make a trade? Do you think we don't make a trade? What is a player you want us to shoot our shot for? Any of it, let me know in the comments and we can discuss. Hail to the Washington Commanders. And once again, this video was powered by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, home of the fastest payout in the industry. Use promo code YouTube150 for 150% match bonus on your first deposit, $125 on deposits 2 and 3 for up to $2,000. Bet responsibly and bet on the Washington Commanders because we're going 7-2 when we beat the New York Giants tomorrow. That's all I got. Hail to the Washington Commanders. I'll see y'all tomorrow for the watch party and post game. Rio out.